If you are serious about building wealth in 2026, this is the year you stop guessing where your money should go. Because it is not just about investing. It is about investing in the right order. Most beginners ask, should I do a 401k or a Roth IRA? But that is the wrong question. The real question is, in what sequence should I max these accounts to keep more of my money and grow it faster? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly where each dollar should go in 2026. Let's begin with the updated contribution limits. For 2026, the 401k contribution limit is $2,4,500. If you are 50 or older, you can contribute additional catch-up contributions on top of that. For IRAs, including Roth IRAs, the contribution limit is $7,500, with additional catch-up available for those 50 and older. For health savings accounts, the 2026 limit is $4,400 for individuals and $8,150 for families, with a catch-up amount if you are 55 or older. Now here's where most people get confused. Just because you can contribute to all three does not mean you should fund them randomly. Order matters. Tax treatment matters. Employer matching matters. So let's walk through the optimal maxing order for most beginners in 2026. Step 1. Always capture your full 401k employer match. This is non-negotiable. If your employer matches 4%, 5%, or even 6% of your salary, that is an instant 100% return on your contribution. There is no ETF on earth that guarantees that. So your first dollars go into your 401k until you get the full match. Not above it yet. Just enough to capture every free dollar. If you earn $70,000 and your employer matches 5%, that means you contribute $3,500 to unlock their $3,500. You have just doubled your money instantly. Once you secure the match, we move to step 2. If you qualify for a Roth IRA, this is usually your next priority. Why? Because Roth IRAs give you tax-free growth and tax-free withdrawals in retirement. And unlike a 401k, you typically have far more investment options and lower fees. In 2026, you can contribute up to $7,500. But income limits apply. If you are within the eligibility range, aim to max this out next. Why before fully maxing your 401k? Because Roth IRAs offer flexibility. You can withdraw contributions, not earnings, without penalty. There are no required minimum distributions. And you control the account completely, not your employer. After you secure the match and max your Roth IRA, we move to step 3. If you are eligible for a health savings account, this account is incredibly powerful. An HSA is often called the most tax-advantaged account in America. Here is why. Contributions are tax-deductible. Growth is tax-free. Withdrawals for qualified medical expenses are tax-free. That is triple tax advantage. In 2026, the limits are $4,400 for individuals and $8,150 for families. If you treat your HSA as an investment account instead of a spending account, you can let it grow for decades. Many people use it as a stealth retirement account. You pay current medical expenses out of pocket, keep the receipts, and allow the HSA investments to compound. Later in life, you can reimburse yourself tax-free. After age 65, you can even withdraw for non-medical expenses, paying only ordinary income tax, similar to a traditional IRA. So for many beginners with access to an HSA, the order becomes very clear. 401k to the match, then Roth IRA to the max, then HSA to the max. Now we move to step 4. Return to your 401k and increase contributions toward the full $2,4,500 limit. At this stage, you have already captured free employer money. You have maxed your Roth IRA. You have funded your HSA. Now you focus on maximizing tax-deferred or Roth space inside your 401k. Whether you choose traditional or Roth 401k contributions depends on your tax bracket and long-term expectations. If you are in a high tax bracket today and expect lower taxes in retirement, traditional contributions may make sense. If you are early in your career and in a lower tax bracket, Roth contributions can be powerful. Tax diversification is often wise. Having both pre-tax and Roth buckets gives you flexibility in retirement. Now, what if you still have money left after maxing all of that? That is when you move into a taxable brokerage account. At that point, you have exhausted your tax advantage space. Now you invest in broad index funds in a taxable account, focusing on tax efficiency. But for most beginners, fully maxing 401k, Roth IRA, and HSA already represents a significant level of savings. Let's simplify this into a clear hierarchy. First, 401k up to employer match. Second, max Roth IRA if eligible. Third, max HSA if eligible. Fourth, return to 401k and max it out. Fifth, invest in taxable brokerage. Now let's address a few common questions. What if I cannot afford to max everything? Then follow the order proportionally. Even small consistent contributions following this sequence create structure. What if I do not qualify for a Roth IRA? You may consider a backdoor Roth strategy if appropriate, or simply prioritize your 401k and HSA. What if my employer plan has high fees? You still capture the match first. Free money outweighs reasonable fee differences. Then use lower-cost index funds where possible. What if I am self-employed? You may use a solo 401k and still follow a similar logic, prioritizing tax-advantaged contributions before taxable investing. The key principle is this: tax-advantaged space is limited every year. You cannot carry unused contribution room forward in most cases. If you do not use it, you lose it. And over decades, that lost compounding adds up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. The difference between random investing and strategic investing is not luck. It is structure. If you consistently follow the correct maxing order, you reduce taxes, capture employer benefits, and maximize compounding. And remember, investing is not about timing the market. It is about time in the market. When you automate contributions into these accounts every month, you remove emotion from the equation. You let the system work for you. If you want, in the next video I can break down exactly how much you need to invest monthly to hit $1 million by retirement using these 2026 limits. Subscribe if you want simple, structured investing guidance without hype. And let me know in the comments which account you are focusing on in 2026.